Welcome to Hero Villains. In your opinion, Orion versus Silver Surfer, determining the winner in a battle between Orion, son of the Dark Lord Darkseid and the Supreme Warrior of New Genesis, and Norrin Radd, the Silver Surfer, the faithful herald of Galactus, is a complex problem. Both are not merely physically powerful beings. They are embodiments of cosmic concepts, a fusion of overwhelming physical strength, advanced technology, and nearly infinite supernatural energy sources. Each carries within themselves a unique power system, a distinct cosmology, and a singular destiny, for both operate on a plane that far transcends ordinary physical limitations. The outcome of this confrontation depends far more deeply on the nature of their power sources, the cosmic feats they have achieved, and their ability to harness supernatural capabilities to reshape reality itself. Let us begin this arduous analytical journey. First, Orion, the Hound of Heaven. As previously stated, Orion is inherently one of the most powerful entities in the DC universe. As the biological son of Darkseid, destined to become his destroyer, Orion inherited the bloodline of a ruthless god and the power of the Source. Raised by Highfather, the wise leader of New Genesis, he is not merely a war machine but a warrior with a steel spirit and a heart forever torn between primal rage and a yearning for peace. This very internal conflict, forged by an indomitable will, transformed Orion into the Hound of Heaven, a destructive force controlled and directed toward righteousness. In terms of physical strength, Orion is a new god, and this automatically places him in an entirely different tier compared to mortal. The new gods are entities who exist in a higher plane of existence, where space and time carry different dimensions. A wound upon Orion is not merely a cut on flesh, it is a tear in his very divine essence, far more complex and profound. His strength is sufficient to match and frequently overpower his own father Darkseid in devastating battles. Darkseid, a Dark Lord whose power shakes the stars and whose will can subjugate entire worlds, has always regarded Orion as his greatest threat. That Orion was able to defeat Darkseid in one-on-one combat, as has occurred in the tragic events of the DC universe, speaks volumes about his overwhelming physical capabilities. He is not merely strong, he represents the pinnacle of strength of an entire divine race. However, raw power is only one part of the equation. Orion's weapons and tools are what elevate him to an entirely new level. His most renowned equipment is the Astro Harness and the helmet with its dampener, which he uses to suppress his innate rage that could incinerate even himself. The Astro Harness is not merely a means of transportation, it is a weapon of mass destruction directly linked to Orion's nervous system, responding to his very thoughts. It can generate massive energy blasts known as the Astro Force, a force of pure destruction whose destructive power far surpasses any conventional weapon. What is crucial to note is that the Astro Force is not merely physical energy, it is a manifestation of the Source itself, the creative energy that gave birth to the entire multiverse. Orion does not simply fire energy beams, he unleashes rays of primordial creation and destruction. And consider one of Orion's greatest feats: his single-handed confrontation and defeat of Darkseid within his very own fortress. In classic storylines, Orion fought through legions of parademons, endured strikes from Darkseid's own Omega Sanction, and ultimately delivered a killing blow to the Dark Lord. Darkseid, a multiversal entity whose very presence constitutes a threat to the fabric of reality, was defeated by Orion in a fateful battle. This was not a weakened Darkseid or an illusion, this was the true form of the Lord of Apocalypse in an all-out war. Even more impressive is the nature of Orion's rage. This rage is not merely anger, it is an emotional nuclear reactor, a part of his inherited legacy from Darkseid's bloodline, and it has been proven capable of amplifying Orion's power to near limitless levels. There are moments when his rage erupts beyond all control and reality itself. Around him begins to warp. He has torn through space, shattered dimensional barriers, and annihilated lower tier entities by his mere presence alone. In certain storylines, the Source itself has intervened or trembled before Orion's rage, suggesting that his emotional power can transcend even the limits set by the supreme forces of existence. He is a god of war bearing the power of creation and a rage capable of consuming entire stars. Thus, Orion is not simply a powerful warrior. He is a prophesied destiny, a living paradox. the son of a tyrant, raised in peace, carrying within himself the power to destroy the ultimate evil. He is the supreme weapon of New Genesis, born for a single purpose: to end Darkseid. This places him in an extraordinarily unique position within the cosmic hierarchy. I truly hope you will. Subscribe to the channel, it would mean a great deal to us, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you so very much. Now let us move on. Norrin Radd, the Silver Surfer, the Sentinel of the Spaceways. As previously mentioned, the Silver Surfer is inherently an entity possessing the most refined power cosmic, granted by Galactus himself, the Devourer of Worlds. The transformation from an astronomer of Zen law into a Silver Herald elevated Norrin Radd to an entirely different plane of existence, making him one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. He does not merely possess power, he is a part of the cosmic order, an instrument of balance between life and death, creation, and destruction. The Silver Surfer's power originates from the power cosmic, an infinite energy source that allows him to manipulate matter and energy at the subatomic level. He does not simply fly fast. He moves at speeds far exceeding light, capable of traveling across galaxies, dimensions, and even time itself. His surfboard is not merely a vehicle. It is an extension of his very being, linked at the quantum level, allowing him to react to threats before they even fully form within the mind. In terms of physical strength, the Surfer has contended with entities such as Thor, Hulk at his most powerful, and even fellow heralds of Galactus. But raw strength is merely the tip of the iceberg. It is the Surfer's ability to manipulate energy and matter that makes him truly formidable. He can absorb, redirect, and project nearly any form of energy in the universe, from the thermal energy of a star to the background radiation of the Big Bang. He can create black holes through sheer will, restructure matter at the molecular level, turning stone into water, water into air, and even generate life from inert matter. He has healed entire planets from ecological devastation, resurrected the dead, and destroyed space fleets with a single wave of his hand. His intellect, enhanced by the power cosmic, allows him to perceive events at the galactic scale, sense disturbances in the flow of reality, and analyze threats with superhuman speed and precision. To truly understand the Silver Surfer's power, we must examine his most impressive cosmic feats. He has single-handedly confronted Kree, Skrull, and countless other alien armies without faltering. But the pinnacle of his power is demonstrated through his confrontations with abstract cosmic entities. He battled Mephisto within his own domain, a place where conventional physical laws ceased to exist, and freed himself from captivity. He once faced the wrath of a starving Galactus, his former master, and survived. Most notably, the Surfer has on multiple occasions demonstrated the ability to wound Galactus himself. In one particular battle, he unleashed the full extent of his power cosmic against Galactus, causing the World Devourer to recoil and acknowledge the strength of his former herald. While unable to defeat Galactus outright, the ability to harm an entity who embodies cosmic equilibrium, a being who existed before the Big Bang itself, stands as a testament to just how terrifying a tier the Surfer's offensive power truly occupies. No less impressive is the Silver Surfer's endurance and survivability. His body, encased in its cosmic silver skin, is nearly impervious to conventional physical and energy-based attack. He has survived flying through the cores of stars, withstood the gravitational forces of black holes, and even existed in a non-corporeal state. When his physical body is destroyed, he can reconstitute it from the very energy of the power cosmic, rendering him virtually immortal. He requires no food, no sleep, no breath, and can exist with ease in any environment, from the absolute vacuum of space to the molten core of a disintegrating planet. His power lies not only in offense, but in his capacity to adapt and endure the most extreme conditions the universe can produce. On a deeper level, the Silver Surfer possesses an ability few others share: an empathy with the universe itself. He feels the pain of dying planets, the joy of flourishing civilizations, and the endless solitude of space. This cosmic sensitivity is not merely a gift, it is a weapon. It allows him to understand the nature of his enemies, sense weaknesses within the structure of their energy, and discover ways to counter forces that appear otherwise undefeatable. He is a warrior, an explorer, a philosopher, and above all, a survivor bearing the weight of the entire universe upon his shoulders. As you can see, The Silver Surfer is not merely a herald, he is a symbol of cosmic power personified, an entity capable of shaking the very foundations of creation. Now that the nature and peak feats of both warriors have been made clear, we step into this matchup. Orion wields the Astro Force, a manifestation of the Source, the very essence of creation and order within the DC universe. The Silver Surfer wields the power cosmic, the foundational energy of the Marvel Universe, the force that governs life, death, and every law of physics. In terms of destructive power, Orion holds an exceptionally unique advantage. The Astro Force, when driven by his rage, has demonstrated the ability to inflict damage upon entities at the god-level tier within the DC universe. Darkseid, whose Omega effect can erase anything from existence, has been repeatedly overwhelmed by Orion's Astro Force. The nature of the Astro Force is one of direct, unrelenting destruction, aimed straight at the very being of its target. It does not merely destroy the body, it strikes at the concept of existence itself. This is an assault the Surfer has never before encountered. While the Surfer can reconstitute his body from energy, being struck by a force capable of erasing the very concept of Norrin Radd is an entirely different category of threat. If Orion can unleash an Astro Force strike of sufficient magnitude, concentrating the full fury of his rage, he has the potential to bypass the Surfer's physical and energy-based defenses entirely and attack directly at his soul or cosmic essence. However, in terms of versatility, battlefield control, and breadth of influence, the Silver Surfer holds a near absolute advantage. Orion is a tank. He charges forward and destroys. The Surfer is an artist of reality. In battle, the Surfer can restructure the entire environment surrounding Orion. He can turn air into liquid metal, the ground into antimatter, generate thousands of energy illusions to misdirect, or simply open a black hole within Orion's very body. The Surfer's ability to manipulate matter at the molecular level allows him to execute attacks that Orion cannot easily counter with physical strength or even the Astro Force. Can Orion destroy a black hole with the Astro Force? Entirely possible, based on his demonstrated power level. But the Surfer can generate hundreds, even thousands of black holes, or space-time anomalies of far greater complexity. The battle would become a war of attrition, a contest of energy and will. Speed is also a pivotal factor. Orion, with his Astro Harness, can fly at faster than light speeds and execute spatial jumps. But this is travel speed, serving the purpose of closing in on a target. The Silver Surfer's combat speed and reaction time, augmented by his surfboard and cosmic awareness, operate on an entirely different level. He does not merely move fast. He processes information and reacts to events at the nanosecond level, or even faster. He can evade pure energy attacks, predict the trajectory of his opponent based on fluctuations in the cosmic energy field, and counterattack with absolute precision. While Orion is a fearsome close-range combatant, closing the distance on a Silver Surfer moving with such speed and fluidity would present an enormous challenge. In terms of defense and durability, this is a contest of give and take. Orion's body, as a new god, possesses extraordinary resilience. He has survived explosions capable of leveling planets and direct strikes from the Omega effect. However, the Surfer's silver skin and his regenerative capability grant him a distinct advantage in long-term survivability. Orion can be worn down and exhausted. His rage, though a source of seemingly boundless power, is also a double-edged sword. It can cause him to lose focus, become blinded by fury, and leave him vulnerable to being outmaneuvered. The Surfer, with his cosmic intellect and the composure forged across millennia of traversing the universe, can exploit this very weakness. He can fight tactically, withdraw, set ambushes, and weaponize the entire cosmic environment, gradually draining Orion's vitality while maintaining a near-perfect defensive posture. One further crucial point is combat experience. Orion is a general, a warrior from birth, forged in the fires of the eternal war between New Genesis and Apocalypse. His experience is one of total warfare, where the objective is to eliminate the enemy as swiftly and efficiently as possible. The Silver Surfer, on the other hand, has wandered the entirety of the cosmos. He has witnessed and confronted countless civilizations, technologies, and exotic life forms. His experience is one of infinite diversity. He has battled against magical entities, quantum machines, demigods, and beings from non-Euclidean dimensions. This diversity grants the Surfer an improvisational skill set that Orion, for all his power, would find exceedingly difficult to match. If there exists a way to neutralize the Astroforce, the Surfer is the one most likely to discover it, drawing upon his vast reservoir of cosmic knowledge. Even in possession of the Astroforce, the power of the Source, and a rage capable of shaking the stars, Orion, the Hound of Heaven, remains a warrior who operates on the basis of direct, destructive force. His strength reaches its apex in the elimination of evil entities such as Darkseid, threats whose very existence constitutes an affront to cosmic order. Orion's victories are achieved through overwhelming his opponents with an unstoppable force, a strike carrying the nature of absolute annihilation. The Silver Surfer, by contrast, demonstrates feats at the multiversal level with extraordinary flexibility and finesse. Throughout Marvel history, the Surfer has proven that true power lies not only in destruction, but in the capacity to create, to adapt, and to comprehend the very fabric of reality itself. As has been shown, the Surfer's ability to manipulate energy and matter places him in a position where even the most powerful strikes can be absorbed, converted, or neutralized. He is not merely powerful. He is a master of the very laws of physics and metaphysics. When confronting Orion, the Surfer has no need to meet strength with strength. His wisdom and cosmic vision allow him to recognize that the nature of the Astroforce is not merely energy, but a manifestation of will and rage. The Surfer can fight indirectly, slowing Orion down, misdirecting him, and waiting for the war god's own rage to burn itself out, or worse, to become a vulnerability for the Surfer to exploit on a spiritual level. Since Orion has operated through overwhelming force in the vast majority of his battles, facing an opponent who can fluidly adapt to every attack and turn the very battlefield itself into a disadvantage against him represents a challenge entirely without precedent. The Surfer's transformation into the Silver Sentinel permanently stripped away the limitations of an organic being, remaking him into an entity of the cosmos, unbound by concepts such as fatigue or energy depletion. For these reasons, in a prolonged confrontation where tactics, adaptability, and the ability to control the flow of battle are the deciding factors, the Silver Surfer holds a clear advantage and ultimately claims victory. Orion is the sharpest spear, but the Silver Surfer is the boundless ocean that can swallow every spear whole. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Follow me if you enjoyed it. That is all for today's video. Thank you so very much.